Hello, I'm Graham Horton and welcome to this video. Now this video is a review of two brand new products released by the company UGREEN. They are under the name of the MagFlow products and they're being designed to support the new Qi 2.2 wireless protocol for charging devices. You can see them here on my desktop. The first one I'll review is the MagFlow 2-in-1 magnetic wireless charger, and the second one is a 10,000 mAh magnetic wireless power bank. Both support the wireless charging devices, and you see here they're QI 2.2 certified, which means they can charge your devices with a power potential of 25 watts. Now, other devices such as this one from UGREEN themselves supported the Qi 2.0 protocol, which allows charging on certain devices up to a maximum of 15 watts. Now, wireless charging has been around for years, and the original pads came out which have a 7 watt maximum power capacity, so you could only charge your phone with 7 watts. The 2.0 Qi protocol raised that to 15 watts, and now this 2.2 protocol allows devices to charge up to 25 watts. You'll notice the iPhone 16, when that's upgraded to iOS 26, will support charging up to 25 watts, and the new Google Pixel 10 will also support charging up to 25 watts, I believe. Previous versions of the iPhone will only charge at the Qi 2 level, which will be 15 watts, and earlier models will only support the 7 watt charging. So we're going to have a look at both of those devices, and I'll take you through the setup of each and what you can expect to achieve with them. As I mentioned in the introduction, these are new MagFlow products. The MagFlow name blends magnetic and flow, symbolizing seamless flexibility. MagFlow is built for magnetic users who value reliability, efficiency, and ease of use. Designed with tech enthusiasts and productivity focus in mind, it delivers high quality, portable, and intuitive wireless charging for a wide range of scenarios. The latest MagFlow generation is fully QI 2.2 25 watt certified, supporting magnetic wireless fast charging up to 25 watts. It offers stronger performance, secure magnetic alignment, and faster power delivery. With its lightweight magnetic design and effortless usability, the MagFlow makes charging smoother and more innovative than ever. So let's take a look now at the MagFlow 2-in-1 magnetic wireless charger for iPhone 12 and later, and AirPods 2 and later, which support magnetic charging. On the back of the box you'll see some further specifications. It's USB-C 1 input, which is the one at the back of the device, which is used to power the device, is 9 volts at 3 amps, 12 volts at 3 amps, or 15 volts at 3 amps. So you'll need a suitable charger to provide power for this unit, and it's recommended you use something like a 45 watt charger to give you the maximum power output. The wireless charging output power is 25 watts for the iPhone, that will be the later iPhones, and the AirPods will be 5 watts. USB-C 2 output, which is the one on the side of the unit, is 5 volts at 1 amp, i.e. a 5 watts maximum, and that's used to charge accessories such as your smartwatch using a USB-C adapter that will plug into that device. So the total output power is 35 watts. Let's unbox this and I'll show you the content. So we slide this out and you can see the device here. I'll just put that on one side for a moment. Inside the lower compartment you'll find a 3 foot length of USB-C to USB-C cable, and you'll also find in the base of this box the user manual, a help guide, and an instruction manual. So all the necessary information to get you going is included with this product. So you can see unpacked there, we've got the user instructions, the help guide and the specifications, if you like, for the 2-in-1 magnetic charger, the device itself and the USB-C to USB-C cable. So it's a relatively small device and it measures 60mm by 60mm by 42mm, so it's a very small device. And if I extend this up, you can see how the hinge works on this device. Turn it to give you a side profile. So we've got the base and the charging platform, and here we've got a space to enable you to charge your AirPods in the base of that device. So here we have the charging platform. So here we've got the charging platform and the charging platform for your iPods. On the back of the device is the USB-C 1 input, and on the side of the device is the USB-C 2 output device. On the front of the unit you'll see we've got a LED which indicates when the device is on and when it's charging your devices. On the base of the unit you've got the full specifications and safety instructions, and you've got 4 pads there to stop this moving around on your desktop. I'm going to plug this into a 65 watt power supply, which is a wall mounted device, but you could use it with a power bank if it has sufficient power to deliver the full power capability of this device. I'm also going to install a power meter so I can actually see the power used by this device. So power into the device and then power out from this into the back of the unit. So I've connected the 2-in-1 charger from a 65 watt power supply, and I've actually put in series here a power meter so we can observe the power being taken by devices and also the standby current of this device. So at the moment you can see the standby current is 0.02 amps, so 30 milliamps being consumed by the product in its standby mode. When you first power on the unit, you'll notice the LED at the front of the unit will blink twice, so let me just plug that back in again to see that blinking twice. And now when we install a product on here, I get the power bank so we can monitor the current again. If we install a device on here to charge, and first of all I'll install my AirPod, the Earbuds Mark II, which have got magnetic charging capacity. I'll put those onto the platform, and you can see the orange light on there, meaning the device is charging, and we can see on the power meter it's taking 15 volts at 0.1 amps, which is a total of just under 2 watts. So it's charging the internal battery of the iPods at 2 watts. I'll now install the iPhone 16 Pro Max onto the charger. It will then supply current with the maximum power demand from the smartphone. So I'll plug that on there, being QI 2.0, it will automatically align and give maximum current transfer. You can see that it's fast charging with the indication that came up on the screen. It was 98% charged, so it will be almost at full capacity. So we're charging here at the moment at 10 watts. With the new stronger magnets, which are 16 of the N48H magnets, it is quite a firm attachment. You can't actually shake that off, so it is a firmly attached to the charging platform. And again, you can angle that so you can actually use this as a desk stand and watch movies or whatever you want to do with the device on its stand. If you want to charge previous iPhones, I've got the iPhone 13 Pro here. Again, MagSafe, so it will snap in position and give us that fast charge. And again, this particular phone is 98% charged. The current being taken at the moment is 15 volts at 0.4 amps, again charging just around about 7 watts. Of course, these products are being designed with Apple products in mind, but there's no reason why you can't use these devices to charge the previous generations of magnetic charging. Here I've got Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Of course, you can still charge phones which have got magnetic charging capabilities. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra didn't adopt the Qi 2.0 protocol. It has now been adopted with the Samsung Galaxy S25 range, but the 24 you could still charge on this product. It won't magnetically hold because they haven't got the magnetic facilities, but you could put it on here to charge. And you can see on the device, when I do install it, you'll get the charging symbol. So that will be charging, as you can see here, on the thing at around about 4 watts at the moment. It's charging around about 10 watts, so it's 15 volts, 0.6 amps. The same applies with Google Pixel devices. This is the 9 Pro XL. Again, doesn't support QI or Qi 2.0 protocol, but you can still charge this on the device by placing it on the charger, as I'll show you here. And you can see we get charging, and we are now at around about 7 watts. Now you can buy cases for these devices which give you a pseudo magnetic coupling. I've done that with an old iPhone case here. The magnetic ring on the back of the device fits perfectly into the Pixel phone, and then I can place this and it will magnetically align like so and give me magnetic charging. If we just turn this back on again, you can see we're now at the 5 watts that we saw before. So the USB 2 socket on the side of the unit will support 5 volts, 1 amp or 5 watts. So that's sufficient to charge a smartwatch on the side here. So that's the Samsung Galaxy smartwatch. Plug that into the port. You can see it's charging, and at the moment that's around about 3 watts as this is charging. So effectively you've got a 3-in-1 device with that port on the side, giving you charge to your smartwatch, the AirPods and your smartphone on the top platform. So that's the UGREEN 2-in-1 magnetic charger, part of the MagFlow series of new products they've introduced. I'll put links to these products in the video description below so you can actually find out the current price and availability of the products when they are released. So the next product I want to review is this 10,000 mAh MagFlow magnetic wireless power bank. So it includes the lithium-ion battery and also the Qi 2.2 wireless charging facility and a output port as well for wired charging of your devices. So you can see it's Qi 2.2 certified to up to 25 watts with the new standard, if your phone will take that. So the iPhone 16 Pro Max with the iOS 26 update, or the iPhone 17 when that arrives. We've got cable capacity of power delivery, quick charge, the programmable power supply, and the other protocols for Android devices, so it will support iOS and Android via cable. So you've got 30 watt two-way charging capacity for the cable or through the magnetic interface. On the back of the device you can see we have the product specifications. So on the back of the device you see the full specifications for the power input to charge this. You've got 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 3 amps, 12 volts at 2.5 amps or 15 volts at 2 amps. So you need effectively a 35 watt power device to charge this. So a wall mounted power supply of 45 watts would be ideal. The cable output will supply 10 volts at 2.25, 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 3 amps, 12 volts at 2.5 amps and 15 volts at 2 amps and 20 volts at 1.5 amps. So again, the various power requirements for your smartphones. So the rated energy of this device is 36 watt hours, so it's well below the carry-on limit of lithium batteries for aircraft at 100 watt hours, so you can carry this on aircraft. So let's unbox it and have a closer look at the product. So here we have the device, the power bank, and if we open this little compartment here, we've got a USB-C to USB-C charging lead, and in the bottom of the box here we've got the usual instructions and specifications, etc. So that's the contents of the product, the device itself, all the documentation you need to understand the product, and an extra lead for charging or using the output device. So taking a closer look around the device, we've got the Qi 2.2 charging pad for your smartphone. On the side of the device we've got a LCD display which will show us the status of the charge of the battery, and on the top surface of this device you've got the power on off button. We've got the USB-C in out port here for charging or power delivery, and a useful feature is the cable here which is used to either charge or provide power to your device, and it can be used as a carry strap. It's got a magnetic clip on here which holds that in place but stops it from coming through that hole there, so it's a convenient carry strap. Let me turn on the power bank by pressing the power switch on the side. Just press and hold that for a brief second. It will come up and it gives us the current status, and if I just turn this the right way around you can see the charge at the moment is 25%. So I've got 25% charge left in the device. If I now install a smartphone onto here, and this is the iPhone 13 Pro, so it will charge at the 15 watts capability, and again with the MagSafe alignment it should snap in place like so. Device comes on and shows you we're doing quick charge. The phone is already 98% charged, but we can see on the side of the device we've got the charging status and the current level of charge. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which has been updated to iOS 26, it should indeed provide power up to 25 watts. If I place that on the stand, again you can see we're in fast charge mode, 96% charge, and again you can see the indicator on the side here to show that we're using the magnetic charging facility. Again, no reason why you can't use the older Android phones or smartphones which only have Qi capacity. So I put this on here. You can see it's charging, but it'll only be charging at the normal rate. So again, there'll be an indication on the side, and again with the Google Pixel, again with my case on there, it will align and give me the charge. You can see we're charging at 82%. If your device doesn't support fast charging using the Qi 2.0 facility like this Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, you can of course use the cable from this device, plug that into the port of the device and can see we're using fast charging at the moment. Charging is 2 hours and 26 minutes to full. And again, if you look on the side of the device, it shows you we're using the cable facility, not the magnetic facility, so it tells you which you're using. One of the limitations of using the device, if you're using the cable to charge your smartphone, is that you can't use the magnetic charging facility simultaneously with this device. It won't allow you to do that. You can use the other output port here with another cable. So if I plug that in there, I'm going to put this through the power meter again. You can see we're still charging the other smartphone, and we're actually charging this device with a total of 6 watts at the moment. So you can use both the USB wired sockets to charge 2 devices, but you can't use the magnetic charger simultaneously. To charge the device, you can use an external supply and plug that into the input port, and you'll now see that the power level is being shown, and that will flash to indicate that you're using charging. You could, of course, use this cable as well if you put this closer to your wall socket, but it's more convenient to use that meter-long cable to give you access to your power bank from the wall socket. You can use the output port of the cable whilst you're charging the device as well, so you've got pass-through current carrying capacity if you like. If you're wanting to charge low power devices such as earpods or smartwatches, then there is a mode on here called trickle charge. I'll just show you how to engage that. So I plug in the smartwatch into the output port. You can press and hold the button for about 3 seconds, and that will now put this into the trickle charging mode. So you can see we've got this indicator now which is circling round and round and round, to indicate that you are now in a trickle charge mode to your device. To deactivate the trickle charge mode, again just press and hold the button for about 3 seconds, or after 3.5 hours it will automatically disconnect. So there we are, you can see the MagFlow 2-in-1 wireless charger and the 10,000 mAh power bank with included Qi 2.2 charging platform on there. I'll put links to these products in the description below so you can check out the current prices and the availability of the products. Thanks very much for watching, and thanks to UGREEN for sending out the products for me to review for you.